Good morning, guys. Welcome to a very noisy Angel of the North. Today, in this video, I've got one mission, and that is to take one single photo of the angel. Now, obviously, I have come at sunrise. The sun hasn't arose yet. I was hoping for some clouds behind because the sun is going to rise to the east, which means it's going to illuminate the angel. But I was hoping to have some clouds behind to sort of add some interest in the sky, I suppose. But I've got my doubts, but there's time. There's time yet. We can try and be optimistic. So, I mean, first things first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk around and use an app on my phone, a viewfinder app, and I'm actually going to see if I can find the correct angle. Because in this challenge, whilst I will allow myself to take numerous shots of the same composition, it's basically I'm going for one composition. So I want to try and find the composition I want to take. First of all, use an app so I can walk around and find the right spot, and then start setting up. That's the plan, but it is a race against time. So the viewfinder app I'm using lets me set the size of the sensor or film. It's actually designed mainly for film, but it does have the digital medium format sensor size listed, so I'm hoping that will be good. I've set it to 50mm because I'm using the 50mm shift, and there's not that many angles on the angel really, so I'm just trying to work out what's going to be the best. If I come over here, right back, I'm going to get the trees in, but I do quite like that one actually. So that angle's quite nice. I'm hoping. Did you keep with me? Oh, hello, you did. So, oh, there is the classic angle here. It's time to get the camera out. I think I'm going to go for this angle. It's a bit of a classic angle. I hope I don't live to regret it. Are you seeing what I'm seeing behind me? Clouds. That is exactly what we need for this shot to work. Clouds. GFX 50S Mark 1, of course. I apologise now if there's loads of background noise. This really is not the quietest spot, is it? Right, obviously I'm using a shift lens. So, I'm pleased to say that the viewfinder app was absolutely spot on. Perfect. Now, the only other consideration I may have, which have only just occurred to me, is that I've been composing for the native 6:4:5, so 3:2 aspect ratio. However, I'm actually thinking this could be a calendar shot. So that may cause me a bit of bother. It may be they end up having to walk back that way a bit. Hey-ho. If you watched my video last week, first of all, thank you. And secondly, you will have seen me using this camera. Now, I was actually really pleased with the results. I think I'm going to have to swing that round the other way so I can actually get my head on there. I was actually really pleased with the results, but one thing I have kept in mind is the fact that I was only shooting black and white. So I'm hoping that this all does okay. And I've just realised I forgot the spirit level. Oh well. Oh well. So I'm going to quickly demonstrate how a shift lens works. So at the moment, everything there is pretty straight. But as you can see, the angel is way off in the frame. So now, using the shift mechanism, what I can do making sure the shift mechanism is actually straight itself. Yeah, that's the one. Is I can do that. So that stops the angel looking like it's falling over. It keeps everything nice and straight. Now I'm going to take this to 3-2 because that was what my cannons are. And there we have it. We have a 3-2 image. That's absolutely fine, isn't it? It's a really simple composition. This shot just all works on the light. Now I'm going to try and see if we're in focus, which, to be honest, I might open the lens up a bit. Because this is a totally manual lens, basically it's blocking light out, so I need to open that to f4 to try and let as much light in as possible, which in turn means we can see it a little bit better. And now you should be able to see focus peaking working. Now there's a worry with these adapters that the infinity focusing is not as good as it could be. That's all looking all right, isn't it? I suspect the wing's going to fall off at the end. Oh, it's a nightmare, isn't it? Welcome to my world. So I'm now going to stop it back down a bit. That's f11. I'm wondering about f16. Yeah. f16. And now theoretically, this camera's sluggish, but I don't mind that. So there we have that. So next up, I'm going to add a polarizing filter. I'm not sure how much that's going to actually do. Well, a bit by all accounts, not loads, but as I say, I don't think it's doing that much. But what it does mean is I'm prepared if I'm getting any sort of glare when the sun hits that, then I can polarize a little bit more and hopefully give those colors a little bit of a bump. Bump? Is bump even a description? Yeah, bump. Bump's the word of the year. Anyway, really, I'm at the hands of the weather gods now. As you can see, we have got clouds blowing through, so I'm kind of optimistic. As long as the light comes out when it should, we should be okay. So whilst I'm waiting for the sun to rise, I'm going to discuss with you why on earth I set myself the limit of only taking one photo. The answer is quite simple. I find restrictions are really good for your photography. It's half the reason why I'm using a big clunky camera like this, because it just slows me down and makes me think about the photos I'm taking. Now, if I was here with my little Olympus EM10 Mark IV, there's a strong possibility that I could be rushing around trying to get different angles and different shots and not really getting one perfect image. But coming here in the mindset that I'm only going to take one shot, and especially using a big clunky camera like this, I've slowed down the whole process. So I think, especially with sunrise photography, it's always a good idea to get to your location early and then spend the time to find the composition you want, and then just to get yourself set up and just wait for it to happen. And this is why I love tripods. It's not so much about keeping the camera stable, it's about the fact that you can set yourself up and just wait for that light to unfold. And that's exactly what we're going to do here now, so let's cue a time lapse. So as you can tell from this time lapse, unfortunately all the clouds have disappeared, so that's a bit of a shame, because I really wanted the clouds to sort of add a bit more interest to the sky. It should still work quite nicely if the sun does rise. Now obviously it is going to rise, it's just behind me, but unfortunately I'm not sure if you can tell, there must be a bit of cloud there, but that looks like that could be the sun peeking over. Oh yes, I think I can see this strange unidentified object which I haven't seen for the last week, slowly raising itself up. So really it's a question of what happens over here, because what we want is that light to hit these. Now the sun's coming fully that direction, so I'm hoping we don't cast a shadow. I suppose if we do, worst case scenario will be Photoshop, but you know, I want to try and get this all in one go, so hopefully we're on. And that's it, guys. That's the final process image, the single shot from today's morning shoot. Now, as I said earlier, and I've said in other videos, I think restrictions are really good for your photography, so it is something that I recommend you do occasionally. Anyway, guys, if you've enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up, maybe subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and I'll see you soon for another one. Thanks for watching.